Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Allen. This is Hour 2, and we are joined from Atlanta, Georgia, with Jennice-Vilhauer. She is the author of Think Forward to Thrive. We'll be talking with her in just a moment. We'll wrap up today's show with our friend Sonia Blangiardo and talk about the Carlo Foundation. Sonia lost her brother to pancreatic cancer. We're going to talk about how it's affected her family, herself, and the foundation as well. So that'll be happening about 30 minutes from now here on Late Night Health. We invite you all to join us at latenighthealth.com. Latenighthealth.com. We have a brand new opt-in page, and that's for our brand new free newsletter. So opt in, join us, and learn more about our guests each week here on Late Night Health. Janice, how are you? Welcome back to Late Night Health.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
We had a very nice time. Has it been a year, Janice?
I think so. I think that time is flying.
It certainly is. It gets faster and faster. Janice was visiting her family here in the L.A. area, and we met and said hi. And we have to make a resolution not to wait so long, right? Let's talk about resolutions. This is the time of year that people make resolutions. They're going to get rich. They're going to lose weight. They're going to change jobs. They're going to dump their spouse. Anyway, those are the common ones. How do we make resolutions that not only make sense, but we stick to? And I should say that you're in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at the Emory Clinic outpatient psychotherapy program in Atlanta, Georgia, and you are a doctor. Smart person, everybody. So are resolutions a good thing to do or not?
Well, I think that resolutions are a great thing to do if done properly. You know, you said this is the time of year when people actually are making them, and actually I think right about now is about the time when people start breaking them. You know, we're about
a week ago, actually.
Yeah, so we're into the second week of January, and most people, if you're like sort of the average person, will have decided that this is the year they're going to sort of make some changes in their life, and they usually set some goals, and then as they're going along, if they're not setting those goals properly, and I have sort of 3 steps that I think are really important in order to be able to achieve your goals, but without sort of doing them properly, what ends up happening is you just kind of recreate the same thing over and over again, and you end up breaking them.
This is the time of year that gyms and fitness experts offer special, rates to join the gym, right?
Right.
Knowing that people will, within weeks, stop going.
Exactly. They make a lot of money that way.
They do make a lot of money that way. Making money is good. I don't mind that. So my question is, because weight loss, and God knows that I need to drop a few pounds at least, how do we maintain? How do we say, okay, I'm going to lose weight? How do you go about actually doing that using future-directed therapy?
Right. Well, so I'm going to just talk a little bit about this idea of like what people aren't doing when they actually set their goals. So the first thing I always say is that people, many times when they're setting a goal, don't recognize the difference between what they want and what they expect. So a lot of people want to lose weight, but because they've set that goal many times for themselves over the course of their life, maybe over and over again, and maybe they've lost a few pounds, gained it back, lost a few pounds, they develop an expectation that they probably can't. And so even if they want it, they're not going to act on something they don't necessarily expect to be true, or they're really going to put in sort of as much effort as they sort of expect to get in return. So that's sort of the first thing, is you have to really be able to identify and set a goal where you either really do believe you can achieve it, or you have to address the underlying belief about why you can't achieve it. And I think that's a big thing that people oftentimes neglect.
How does future-directed therapy differ from, and I'm putting quotes up in the air, these are air quotes, from traditional therapy?
Well, future-directed therapy was sort of specifically developed to sort of take all the research that psychology has out there. The field of psychology has done lots of research on how people achieve goals, how they create their future experiences, but it had never, all the research had never sort of collectively been gathered together into a sort of step-by-step intervention. And that's one of the things that I did with future-directed therapy and with the book Think Forward to Thrive, is really try to outline and define in really sort of step-by-step ways that people could sort of stop making the mistakes that they're constantly making, because a lot of things aren't always intuitive in terms of how we create future experiences or why we aren't able to create the experiences we want to have.
Do most people go into the idea of having a resolution for the new year with good intentions? What gets in their way? To me, I think I get in my own way. Is that common? Is that the most common situation?
Well, exactly. So as I was saying earlier, it's our belief about whether or not we truly think we can achieve the changes that we set for ourselves, and there's a difference, as I said earlier, between what we want. We might, so just to use your example, you said, I want to lose weight, and that's a very, very common goal that people set. But, not having maybe had a lot of experiences where they've been able to do that, they develop the expectation that they can't, and then they don't act on it. The other thing that's really important for people is they don't create goals that are actually specific and actionable. So I want to lose weight is a pretty sort of, it doesn't have an actionable plan attached to that. So instead of saying, I want to lose, 15 pounds by, a certain date, let's say by, February 15th, they sort of develop these very generalized and global types of goals that don't attach action to them, and so then it becomes harder to, move forward with what the real plan would be.
Action is the important word here. Doing something about your goal.
Exactly. And in order to do something about your goal, you have to be specific enough to identify an actionable step. And that's the part that most people sort of miss out on. They have these sort of global, large picture goals, which are great, and you have to start there. Wanting to lose weight is a great thing, but being able to really take that goal down to something where you can identify actionable steps, here's what I'm really going to be able to do to lose that weight, is a step that a lot of people don't ever get to, and that's one of the reasons why it's hard for them to achieve the goal.
Our guest is Jennice-Vilhauer. She's Dr. Jennice-Vilhauer. She's the author of Think Forward to Thrive. We're talking about resolutions, and we're talking about setting goals. What about unusual goals? I mean, I've always wanted to star in a soap opera. That was to make our guest here laugh. Sonia is coming up in about 20 minutes, and not only is she involved with a foundation for cancer, but she's a soap opera director and producer, and so I just thought I would give that out. We could be dead bodies. Anytime you need, we're volunteering.
You're better than that.
We're better than that.
Are you saying your acting is a little stiff?
Oh, my. Oh. But unusual goals, is that something good, Jennice? Is that something that somebody wants to do something, but they really don't know the action steps?
Well, that can be part of the problem, too. But I think it's important if you want to do something maybe that's, different, that's outside your usual, type of goal that you would set for yourself. I think that can be a really good thing. It can be a really stimulating thing, to sort of bring back some enthusiasm in life, is to set a goal about something that you haven't done before. Learning how to actually achieve that goal, so it could become a goal unto itself. So figuring out what the steps are, what do I need to do, that is oftentimes a very important step that a lot of people need to take.
Is that the hardest part of making that resolution happen? Losing weight, being a star on a soap opera,
I would
making
say
money?
The hardest part is not addressing the obstacles that were already there in the first place. So oftentimes, as you said earlier, it's you get in your own way, and the way that we're used to doing things is oftentimes the biggest obstacle. So it's what you were doing in the first place that wasn't allowing you to achieve what you were trying to achieve. So it's giving up all the foods that you like. It's getting out there and doing the exercise. Or finding the time because you didn't have any time in the first place.
Or cutting the time out of your busy schedule to even walk for 20 minutes a day.
Which means you have to probably give up something else that you were already doing. So it's really having a plan, not only an actionable plan to achieve the goal itself, but you need a plan for how you're going to address the obstacles that get in the way. So that's really, I think, one of the hardest things.
Our guest is Jennice-Vilhauer. She has written a book called Think Forward to Thrive. We're going to touch on that a little bit more as well as we continue here on Late Night Health, helping us all get our resolutions not only down, but done. That's what's happening. And then Sonia Blangiardo, and we'll get the pronunciation correct in just a couple of moments as Late Night Health continues.
Late Night Health with Mark Allen continues in a moment. Have you ever needed a flashlight and reached into a drawer to find your flashlight is dead, and then go to put in new batteries only to find the insides are all corroded? Now Hybrid Light has created a solar-powered flashlight that requires no batteries and also charges your cell phone. Hybrid lights are durable, waterproof, and hold a charge in the dark for up to 7 years, and perfect for any emergency or everyday use. Now you can get your own hybrid light today for only $34.95, and if you mention health, you'll receive a hybrid light headlamp absolutely free. That's our durable hybrid light with a free headlamp for only $34.95. A value of $60, only $34.95. Call us today at 800-297-8109. That's 800-297-8109 to get this special hybrid light offer today. 800-297-8109, 800-297-8109. In the promo code box, type in HEALTH. 800-297-8109.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-789-7213 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-789-7213 to take your call now. Call 800-789-7213. That's 800-789-7213. Again, 800-789-7213.